Welcome back in. Hope you enjoy the show today. Yes, sirree. We're back. We're back. We are back. Yes, we're back monetized, folks. We finally got monetization working. Now, if I can just figure out Hyperwall, I think we'll be good. I'll have to ask about Justin about that. He'll figure it out in 10 seconds. He's been through that a number of times. But thank you guys for coming in. Hope you guys enjoy the show. We are back down here on the river, as you can see. Got the two rods set up. Tell you what, let me get the rods out, and I will get to that chat. Got a dozen night crawlers. We've also got about 100 and little itty bitty red worms, but we're gonna make it work. If I can find a spot to put my bucket that ain't gonna fall over, and that ain't gonna happen, Michael. Yeah, that's why I'm keeping the lid on it, because if it rolls in the water, at least it ain't gonna drown my bait. Thanks for coming back in. I hope happy Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. See the weather conditions today. We've got about 78, 80 degrees. It's mild. Humidity's a little high because we had some storms going around, and they seem to have broken up, but you never know. Still looks a little suspicious. I'm keeping my eyes out up and down the river. You never know down here. All right, our first cast out. That's with our medium rod. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on our third rod until I see how these guys are hitting. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yes, sir, it's definitely Friday because MoDog was on last night. Woo! You guys have never checked out MoDog. You really should. If you've got a channel, man, it's just awesome to have someone that will just, like, he'll talk about his, kayak tournaments and everything and all that other fun stuff and how the Mo-Pups are doing and everything. But he'll also do, like, giveaways. He'll do, let's see, what else he'll do. He'll do hashtag video where all you have to do is put a hashtag in and tell him what video you want him to watch and what clip you want him to watch, and he'll put that on his live stream. And everyone can watch it. It's like getting to play your video a second time. He does bass fishing primarily, kayak tournaments. But he used to do a lot of catfishing and other stuff when he was younger. Never seen him fish for carp. He caught a drum last month. I noticed that. Little stinker. Caught one of my fish. All right, this rod is set to go as well. And we're going to have a little bit of trouble. I'm getting used to walking down on this bank, but I haven't figured out how to keep my bucket from falling in yet. Let's see, where do we want to cast this? A stick right in front of us. That's what we've been getting snagged on out here. I think that will do. I might put a heavier weight on and cast her a little further over here where the blue cat and everything were, but all I'm seeing are carp hitting the surface right now. Carp and channel cat. And heck, we'll take them, folks. Baited up the spot here slightly with corn. Hopefully we can get a feeding going. And I got that drag set super light, so if something pulls on that rod again, she's going to peel the line out. All right, let's get our tablet, and we'll get to the chat. Yes, sirree. We are back, folks. We are back. We are back monetized. If I finally got my ID scanned in. Now, if I can, like I said, just figure out Hyperwallet. Yeah, I kept thinking it was trying to transfer to the wrong account. Well, apparently Hyperwallet has its own card code, so go fig. That's in the process of doing that, and then once that happens, I have to wait till, like, I think it's the 18th to 21st to be able to get payments, because they don't pay in the middle of the month. Let's see, no thank you. Let's see, anything, and they ain't pushing my short feeds again. That way I have to go on to subscriptions. And here we are live. Hope you guys enjoy the show today, my friends. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Tomorrow's a weekend. You guys enjoy the show. Yep, I've got jewels and everything turned on. We got super chats and super stickers turned on. Everyone's been saying about it. Let's see, Big Boy, what's going on? How you doing, Big Boy? Big Boy says hi, MVP. Uh, buddy, good day, good luck. And let's see. Let's see, Nature, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for that 100 or the 200s. I appreciate that. Those jewels, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we also have memberships. A little 99-cent be a kitten, my friends. Let's see, Big Boy sent thank you again. Big Boy also sent 100. Let's see, Big Boy says, what's up? How you doing today, Big Boy? Yes, sirree, happy Friday. Yep, Friday is fun. Yeah, it can be a little, stressful for a lot of folks because the idea of the weekend coming, but as soon as the weekend gets here, yeah, it gets a lot more relaxing. Let's see, Creek Seeker, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Double tap that screen, y'all. Yes, sirree, double tap. Let's see, L, what's going on? El Yato Fishing. El Yato's with the big up. Appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Gator. Colt, what's going on? How you doing today, Colt? Colt says Mike. Jerry says howdy, MVP. And seeing DJ, what's going on? How you doing today, DJ? DJ says hi, MVP. Let's see, 5 incredible people in. Let's see, an 11 thumbs up. Let's see, Arnold says, hey, everyone, happy weekend. Mike, brother. Let's see, Nature says, I'm doing well, and you're welcome. Again, thank you. You're the first person to put a jewel into the chat. I had to figure out how to turn that dang thing on. That was tricky. Let's see, Arnold says, good to see you guys. Yeah, we got a big old bass yesterday. I figured I'd come down here and try my luck down here on the river again. See if we can get some monsters down here today. Let's see, somebody Nature's got the number 2 crown. Let's see, we also have, Big Boy's got the number 1, and see, Arnold's got the number 3. Come on, guys, I know you're here. Not seeing a whole lot of smashing. I saw 2 common carp over there, and a couple channel, couple pounds. Hit the surface over here. Let's see, Nature says, hey, Dave. Oh, we missed a lot of chat there. Let's see, Dave, what's going on? Flava, yes, what he's number 13. See, Flava says hi. Mahad, what's going on? How you doing today, Mahad? Mahad says hi, my friend. How are you fishing, bro? Hey, we're just getting started, my first cast out here. Let's see, Nature says, hey, Dave. Mahad with the fish emojis. Mahad says hi. Let's see, Nature says Mahad. Let's see, Dave says hello. Took me a long time, but I got our monetization back up, folks. Now, like I said, if I can just figure out Hyper Wallet, I keep getting stuck in the process of confirming my account. It's supposed to send like a 3-cent, 33-cent, or three tenths of whatever. It's supposed to send that to the account so that I can confirm that, and that way they know to send it. But I haven't figured that. I'm gonna have to ask Justin about that because he's went through Hyper Wallet before. Everything else is back. Yeah, honestly, it was very easy. Once I got my ID, I scanned her on one side, turned her over, scanned her on the other side. Within 2 minutes, monetization was back on. Flavor says hello. Mod says, yeah, I'm so good, bro, but you? I'm doing okay. I'm out here fishing, enjoying the outdoors. We haven't got anything yet. We're just getting started. Let's see, Flavor says Sonia. Let's see, Mod says okay. Let's see, roll call. What's going on? How you doing today, roll call? Roll call says hey, cabin. Up Nature says hey, cabin, and roll call says hey, MVP. Yeah, you can be a member of the channel for just 99 cents. Be a kitten, folks. Got your cool little, well, if you've ever been on a live stream, you turn green, pretty much. Unless you're already blue, in which case you just get the symbol. Let's see, roll call says, hey, Sonia. Yeah, that hasn't been on in over a year, folks. About a year and a half, in fact. All right, we're looking good for now. I pushed the camera back quite a bit because I wanted to get as much of the shoreline and everything as I could into the feed angle. Hope I'm on a good angle. Interesting. That wasn't nothing wrong with that cast. We're gonna tell you what we are going to do. A lot of times in this mucky, yucky water, they can't find the bait. So what we're gonna do is just gonna break that worm up. Even the big old night crawlers, they can't. It's gonna take them like 20, 30 minutes to find unless you do something with it to enhance its scent. And breaking it up into 2 or 3 pieces, that's a pretty good little trick. And I'm seeing some bubbles right here by the bank again. Yeah, we're down about maybe 10, 12 inches from our last trip down here. That was 2 days ago, so that's not that much of a drop for 2 days down here. She can drop 2 or 3 feet sometimes. Yeah, it dropped about this much. So that's not too bad. All right, that seems okay. We're just kind of spotting around here, seeing where the fishies are, you folks. Just getting started. First cast in. Yeah, I got that drag set light, so look at that. The night crawler's gone. Little stinker. Tore the night crawler off and left the red worms. Thought I had a bite on that. It's just the wind was. Yeah, we are dealing with about an 8 or 10 mile per hour wind down here, but it's kind of spotty because back in this cove, it's a little bit hard to tell that the wind's blowing too bad because it's got to go around and around and around. By the time it gets to you, it's kind of broken up. All right, that's pretty good, folks. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Hope you got a great weekend set up, folks. Remember, today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. Get them poles out of the closet. Get them rigged up and ready to go. That's on the bottom now. That's increased in depth quite considerably, but I think she's going to be okay still. Come on, line, get up underneath the rock. Every time I want to reel that, it's going to go around the thing there. That's going to be a nuisance. All right, that looks like that one's good. See how the other rod's doing. Just got to take my time, folks. This is a pretty steep bank here. Yeah, almost with this back current, I almost feel like I want to put a bobber on. I really do. It's just putting a bobber on down here in the river. You're gonna have to put it 4 or 5 feet deep. I can put a slip bobber on, I guess. That's even more work and more effort to accomplish. I gotta keep my eye on these guys, folks. That wind blowing is gonna be a little tricky to see. She says, "Hey, Kevin." Let's see, Emerald, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Let's go. Nice largemouth yesterday. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And Nature's a member. Awesome, my friend. Welcome to the pride. Nature's a kitten. Let's see. Mahad says, "How much fish take you, bro?" We haven't caught anything yet, Mahad. Let's see. Sonia says, "Hope everyone is doing well." Let's see. How you doing, JB? JB says hi. Nature says, "Hey, JB." And Arnold, what's going on? How you doing, Arnold? Arnold says, "JB." And Terry. Terry says, "Best buddy." How you doing today, Terry? 14 people in and 20 thumbs up. Incredible. If you guys are enjoying the show, this is down on by the granary, so this is kind of a new spot if you haven't been in recently. Yeah, this isn't down by our bridge. Our bridge is way down there, folks. You can see it way down there in the background. Yeah, I've answered, Maha. We haven't gotten any fish yet. We haven't caught anything yet, Mahad. Let's see. Moreau says, going bass fishing tournament. I can't wait. Love watching your channel. Helps me get amped up. Hey, that's what we're here for, my friend. A lot of caffeine helps. Yeah, we caught 3 nice bass and we missed a fourth yesterday. But I thought, going up the fairgrounds and fishing more times than not, then yeah, you guys would like different locations and stuff. And our signal quality looks pretty good. No pixels. That cable across the top looks clear. That's a nice fish. Just hit the surface right there. Let's see. Mahad says, "Okay, bro, take care." And we're just getting started, Mahad. There's some incredible bubbles out here right now, right where I cast. There's a big old pile of bubbles there. Let's see. GRMA, how you doing? GRMA says hi. How you doing today, my friend? See, 12 people in, 23 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, we're back. That's the name of our video today. We're back. Back. Let's see. GRMA says hi. Good. Awesome to hear, my friend. I hope you enjoy the show. We are down here on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River, down by the Arch in St. Louis. We're about a mile upriver from the Arch. We're right behind a granary. There are barges parked up and down here. And right behind you, there's a big old granary silo that's, pouring grain into these big barges. Off and off time up throughout the day, you'll be seeing barges passing by, tugboats. If you're into that sort of thing. Got our big rod out there, medium depth with a big old gob of night crawlers, and we've got one in here closer. Looking good, folks. Come on, guys. I know you're here. There was a knife sticking up out of the ground up there. I'm not sure when the spot was fished last. Oh, that was our first blue cat hit the surface. Man, that was out there quite a bit. Let's see. Roll call says, "Good luck out there today, bro." Appreciate that roll call. Thank you, my friend. And again, thanks for coming in. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. And let's see, California, what's going on? How you doing, California? California sent the floating heart emoji. Thank you for the jewel, my friend. Yeah, I got bit mosquito got me the other day. Still itchy. It's itching. See, California. California says, hey, MBP. How you doing today, California? Let's see, Honeycutt, what's going on? How you doing today, Honeycutt? Honeycutt says hi. How you doing today, Honeycutt? Let's see, Abby's in the house. How you doing, Abby? Abby says, hey, Tone. Hey, Tori. Yeah, I got a little dot there. Look like Tom. See, Abby says, I'm doing awesome. California says, doing well. How are you? Pretty good. We're just getting started. We got monetization back on finally. Yeah. Abby says, happy Friday, everyone. And see, Abby says, congratulations. Thank you. It's been a long time trying to get that ID. Because if you've got no way to identify who you are, like a social security card, anything like that, was a bite on that one. I saw him popping it. That was a bite on that one. He made that line go slack. And it's been a long time, over a year to get that on. Well, didn't really hit it that much. I can put a bigger weight on here, but the bigger the weight, the more chance you have of getting snagged in this location. So you're better off keeping your weights light. Because there isn't a lot of current in this spot. I got a wing knot down there pretty deep. Got to get that out. All right. Just settle out there. I think that's going to be our kind of our run today. Bigger rod out deeper and the smaller rod in closer. That's got to be out there where those blues and stuff are hitting. Tell you what, let me get some more bait and we'll chum up the spot a little bit more. I don't know how much people fish this spot recently because there's a knife here somebody left and a can of bug spray. I don't know. Hang on, folks. Again, I'm not sure about the weather. Yesterday they said it was supposed to rain today. But today I checked the forecast. They said they took it out. You never know about that. When they say that, you never know. Yeah, I didn't get the bait all the way down here. We chummed her up a little bit in there shallow, but not up here deeper. I go, that stick finally floated away, I think. No, the water just went over the top of it. Always weird how this water fluctuates down here. She can fluctuate up to an inch or two in a matter of minutes. She can go down and go right back up. I'm keeping an eye on these rods, folks. I should probably get my other rod out, but I'm not sure where to cast her. I got my my medium action here. Yeah, that's still got a popper on it from the other day. I haven't even taken that off yet. Yeah, I usually don't get strikes on stuff like this down here. Heck, but I'll take a cast or two. What the heck? Whoa, man, that was a fish just jumped out of the water right by the bank. That's a big one, whatever that was. That was in close. Wish I'd have been looking at that. Usually the only thing that jumps like that are carp. But I don't know. It could have been something else. Yeah, this is a lot. We're not going to take many casts with the popper because I know not in this spot. Maybe down in that other spot down there, but not down here. Yeah, it's working right down by the edge of them rocks down there. It's probably not going to get anything, but I'm checking. Still trying to think of what I need to put on this. I wonder, should I just put like a little jig head on here and cast her around? That's just a distinctive possibility. Now, all these bubbles around here, folks, we got a lot of active fish around us. We just got to get these guys to hit. And they are in here pretty close. I mean, I have bubbles, 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 bubbles. They're all over right here. That corn, you throw a couple handfuls of corn in here, and they can find it quick. Digging around them rocks and sand and stuff, picking up bait. All right, what I'll do with my gear? I think I'll probably put on a small jig head. I got a mosquito bite on my arm, folks. The reason why I'm itching. Stupid thing got me on the arm. Ugh. Sorry about yesterday. I only did about 2 hours of feed because I had to get back and keep up with work and everything right now. And let's see, what have we got as far as jig heads? It's an underspin. It's kind of light though. I need one of my medium-sized jig heads. No. No, 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 no. That's a big one. All right, I think that'll work. That's about a 1/4 ounce jig head. Yeah, why not? It's a little bendy, but that should work. That should work, in fact. Probably cast her straight out here in front of us. That old jig head should hold extremely well in this type of a back current. I'm working on it, folks. I'm trying to think of what we need to do to get some fish today. I'm sure they're down here. I can see them jumping. I can see them bubbles all over the place. Finding the right angle to get them, getting them to hit, getting to the rod before they let go. Because, yeah, they're getting good at that. I only get 1 or 2 trips down here in a location for a week or two without them getting smarter on me. Now, I can smarten them up pretty good, folks. And that looks like that missed. Really? That was cute. I missed the second hole there. Well, do that again. Hardest thing about doing this is actually getting it through the stupid eye to hook. Because with only one good eye, it's a little tough to tie up. That was a nice bass. That was like just over 6 pounds, or I think it was like 6.1 or something. 6.17. I have to look it up. It's a pretty good one. I think she should have been a little bit bigger, but I think she was just off the spawn. So she hadn't put her fat back on. You guys enjoy the show today. We're having an awesome Friday, folks. Another nice one just hit the surface further down there. Yeah, that was further down to the left. I don't want to use up my night crawlers, all of them. I've got 100 red worms. I need to start using the little red worms. Best way to hook these red worms, folks, is just take them, run them up the hook once. Because these aren't small fish down here, folks. Usually they don't grab the ends of the worm. Now, sometimes they do. They just get lucky. But most of the time, they'll just grab the whole thing. They'll grab that whole bait and take off with it. You won't have to worry about them, pecking off a piece of the worm. All right, I think that can sit there. Let's see, where do I want to put this? The rod placement's not that difficult. It's where friggin' am I gonna actually put the rod when I'm done? I need a couple of rocks. Not a lot of rocks down in this spot. Most of them are the stuff's embedded in the concrete. Got a few chunk little rocky rocks around here. Ah, yep, that's not moving. That's not moving. That's not moving. See what I mean? Pretty steep bank here. Got to take my time. All right, let's see. I want to kind of just flip that out there in the middle. That's going to go straight on the bottom. So unlike a lot of the baits that'll float off the bottom a little bit, that one's going to sit right on the bottom. When my rocks slip down, I need that for some. Come on, let go. Let go. This is part of the live stream you guys usually don't see. Me fiddling with the rock face, trying to set it up so I can get a rod in. Not only is that tough finding a rock, it's getting this sucker to set up straight, because that's gonna look terrible on the stream. We need that like right here. And already snagged. Yeah, I was bouncing it, unfortunately. I think we're just gonna leave that there for a minute. Because I need to get back in the chat. Let's see, Gator Carol. Let's see, 8 people in. Let's see, and 37 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. All right, we are way backed up in chat right now, aren't we? Let's see, Abby says you're welcome. Let's see, Carly, what's going on? How you doing today, Carly? Carly says hello, Mike. Carly says hi, Abby. Dota, how you doing today, Dota? Dota says MVP. And Gator with the how you doing today, Colt? The Cyclops eyes. Dota says Carly. Gator says Carly. Dota says Gator. Gator says Dota, brother. Dota says California. Carly says Colt. Carly says Dota. Seeing Danny the Stinger Manny. How you doing, Danny? Danny says Mike, brother. Danny says Gator, my brother. See, Dota says want a baitcaster today. Awesome, my friend. Hope you catch a monster on it. See, Dota says Danny. Let's see, Danny says hi, Dota. See, Carly says, hey, Danny. Let's see, Ranyo, what's going on? How you doing today, Ranyo? Ranyo says, Dota, you here? Let's see, Danny says, hi, Ranyo. Dota says, yeah, I'm here, making rounds before I go to work. Let's see. Colt says, Danny, my brother. Colt says, Ron. Vanyo says, I meant no disrespect. Just let you know. I understand. See, Carly says, hi, Ron. Ranyo says, hello, everyone. Dota says, I know, Ranyo. And Miss Giggy. How you doing today, Miss Giggy? Miss Giggy says, hi, everyone. Gator says, I'm about to dump these minnows down the drain. If they keep dodging this net. Let's see. Jenny says, hi, Giggy. Carly says, Giggy. Dota says, I'm helping all with cheap prices. See, Ranyo with the thumbs up. See, Abby says, hi, Danny. Jenny says, hi, Abby. Dodie says, someone gotta stay before the whole country is screwed. See, Carly says, you fishing today, Cole? See, Gator says, Miss Giggy. Dota says, Giggy. Abby says, hi, Ron. Gator says, at work at the bait shop, babe. See, Carly says, nice, babe. Busy day so far. See, Ranyo says, hi, Abby, and Gator and Carly. And see, Gator says, nah, just moving stuff around. And see, Dota says, to go with the catfish machete and fillet knives. See, Carly says, nice. Let's see, Gator says, I go flat rate shipping. Dota says, might as well take an adventure of it. California says, thank you for the jewel. California sent the clutch. Ski says Abby. Let's see, Danny says California. California says LOL. See, Dota's laughing his butt off. Dota says, cuz that makes sense. Dota sent me 30 of them sinkers. By the way, if you guys haven't noticed, we've got monetization back on. We got super chats, super stickers, and jewels. See, Gator says 10 pounds, so I can send around 230 of those weights. Ewas, what's going on? How you doing today, Ewas? Ewas says howdy, MVP. Ewas says howdy. Carly says I'm good, Mike. Then he says Ewas. Let's see, Dota says send it so I can send it. See, Dota says Ewas. Arnold says Danny brother. See, and Care Bear. How you doing, Care Bear? Care Bear says hi. Gator says Ewas. Carlos says Ewas. Then he says Care Bear. Gator says Gator says Care Bear. Gator says Arnold. Let's see, Dota says Care Bear. Arnold says Gator. Denny says Arnold. Whew. Like my tongue tied in a knot. Let's see, Denny says, Mike, good job turning monetization back on. Thanks, my friend. Now all I have to do is figure out that hyper wallet thing. Hopefully I've got it right. I'm going to have to ask Justin to make sure I've got that set up right. Y'all about to clock in. See y'all around 10:43. All right, my friend. 14 people in and 42 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you enjoy the show today. Yeah, I'm seeing fish hitting further down there to the left today. Not sure what that means. It might just mean that they're not holding in here close because the water dropped. But and I'm surprised I got that jig head snagged so easy. All right. That was irritating. I got the hook snagged. No, actually, I just got the jig head snagged. Hook didn't bend at all. All right, what'd I do with my worms? Obviously, I can't cast her out there in the middle because I'm going to get her snagged up again. So I'm just trying to figure out where I can put this jig head crawler because I haven't used this technique down here. So these guys haven't seen her yet. They see my Carolina rigs. Nah, I definitely haven't hooked all the fish in this spot. I probably hooked a thousandth of them. In this bucket. Even a flat, can't find a flat surface on this bank. Oh, that was a pop. I saw that. I looked over there, that line went tight, popped once or twice. And the little sucker picked it up there. Picked it up and dropped it. No, not on there. Not on there. But got a lot of that worm off. They are good at getting the worms off, folks. They are. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Those stinkers are smart. I give these credit where credit's due, and these guys can be tough to hook. What the heck? It's like half a worm in there. Must have come off the rod while I was trying to put the other worms on. I hope that wind don't blow you guys over because you're right on the edge of the thing up there. I might have to check you guys out. Make sure that's okay because I just got the distinctive feeling that's going to tip over on us. And that's right in the middle of that school of bubbles. Where that fish is making a ruckus right in the middle of it. That looks pretty good right there. Oh, there's a bite on that one. Come on, buddy. Come on. Oh, you little... Dadgummit. First bite. I was bouncing good, too. Trying to do too many things at once. I need to focus in. I just looked over and I saw that rod bouncing. Crapola. Trying to get the skunk off the board, folks. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. Now, I'm keeping my eye on the clouds. They said no storms today, but it looks a little... Yeah, it looks a little, I don't know. One of those days where I'm not sure. It's too close not to go out, but you got to keep your eyes peeled. Now, that was out there right in the middle. Like cast out there right in the middle. Let's look at that one's holding good. All right. Now, I just got to move a little slower down here. It's the only way to fish this spot without slipping in and breaking your batutski. Because breaking your batutski isn't fun. You need your batutski. I don't know about you, but I need my batutski, what little batutski I have. I just like saying batutski. Boy. Let's see, get that right behind that thing out there. We'll go a little further out, in fact. Since going in mid-depth got a snag, let's go out there a little bit further. I wish I had one good rock here. Just one good rock and I'd be fine. I don't have any good rocks here. I have a lot of little rocks. And these little rocks don't add up too much. They work, but not very well. I need boulders about that big, and they're all about that big. All right, folks. Let's see what's going on in chat. Let's see, Lucy, what's going on? How you doing today, Lucy? Lucy says, hello, all. The unicorn emojis, the heart emojis, and the rainbow emojis. Lucy says, hey, Danny. Let's see him, Bambi. How you doing, Bambi? Bambi says, hi, guys. Beautiful day. Well, kind of cloudy, but absolutely perfect. Ooh, let's go. She got a lot of 100% and unicorn emojis and catching fishy emojis. See 9 people in, it's seeing 47 thumbs up. Arnold says, hi, Lucy. As you see, Bambi, we've got monetization turned back on finally. Let's see, Bambi says, hi, Pap Mike. How you doing today, Bambi? And see, Care Bear with the heart emojis. Yeah, now I just have to figure out Hyper Wallet. See, seriously, that thing's harder to get on than anything else. Arnold says, friends, who speaks Russian? Sorry, not me. I barely speak English. It's not a joke, folks. Well, not much of a joke. I speak some English. I don't think anyone actually speaks all English. I don't think anyone speaks all of any language. Let's see, kid, what's going on? How you doing today, kid? Kid says hi. How you doing today, my friend? 10 people in and 49 thumbs up. The refinery's not very loud today. That's one good thing. See, kid says, good. How are you? Doing good, my friend. Said finally got monetization turned back on. Now I just have to figure out Hyperwallet before the 21st deadline when they transfer money from YouTube. Let's see, Eboss says I never speak English, only American. Oh, I got you there. I understand. That was almost like Let's see, Bambi says hey, Care Bear. Vince says what I tell my dog to get up. Eboss hello and prayers. See, 13 people in, 39 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. Yeah, these guys are being hitting on these rods real gently, so I got to keep my eye on them. There's a big one right over there. Here, fishy, fishy, fishies. Come on, you old stinkers. I just got a feeling that something's about to go down. Come on, guys. Know you're here. I had a couple good bites on that one. I had one good bite down that one. These guys can be frustrating to get to hit. As I see bubbles, 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 these are all actively feeding fish right in here, the shallows, right on the bottom. was a bite on that big rod again. Pop, pop, come on. Come on, buddy. Popped it twice. Popped it pretty good twice over there. Interesting. Yeah, I got some gunk on my line. That might have been the reason why I didn't get any bites that time. That's a good little gob of worms. I mean, that should be perfect for a nice little carp or a buffalo or drum or something. You know what? I could probably try a little drop shot rig here, as close as we are to the bank. If they're not feeding directly on the bottom. Try like a little drop shot. Boy, it's tough to hook them on that drop shot because all they're gonna do is maul that bait. We'll snag on it that time at least. And boy, did that drift. A lot of that bait's gone. At least I found a spot where I can cast this without getting snagged. Now, hopefully, the fish will find the bait. Something pop that, pop, 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 and then just. Maybe I got this rigged incorrectly. I hate to put this one down there because that's where the big blues have been hitting. That was a terrible cast. That's a little better. Oh, that sank down to the bottom. I'm gonna go check this big rod too. Sometimes they'll pick it up and just sit there and maul it. So I got to check it after I get a little nibble. We got some interesting looking clouds around, folks. They said no storms, but I don't know. She's looking a little funky to say the least. Oh, feels like most of that bait is gone. Yep, pretty much all of it. Got the majority of that big night crawler off and a lot of the little worms. And that was just a couple little peck bites. Let's see, where's one of my big night crawlers? I don't want to lose my smaller worms. Back in there. No flat surfaces to put. Oh, there's a pop. I saw that. Huh. Something popped that again. Come on, guys. Don't make me so I can have to go make a skunk video. I'm getting bites. I mean, I just got to hook up on one of these guys. I hate that one. Wing knot. Deeper than I had casted. One thing when you get a wing knot and you're way in, but when you get a wing knot that's deeper than you cast, it means that line looped from the spool and come out. That is way out there. Ouch. I want to rock on my butt. All right, that's on the bottom out there. You just got to settle now. I had a bite and just let go. You know, I put a couple kernels of corn on this one too. Flip it right by the bank. Because I'm seeing some decent carp in here right by the bank. These carp don't mind coming in like an inch or two from the bank, as long as they've got a chance to get something to eat. And there's one nice one just hit the surface right there, right where my rod is. Hang on, folks. I need to refresh this other rod, and then I'll come check that chat. Okay. Again, nothing. It seems like when I find a spot, it's only a couple days before someone comes down and fishes it heavily and spooks the heck out of it. No matter where I fish down here, I'm only just got a couple days in a spot. There's something nibbling on that one, I think. Over there to the left. All right. I'm trying to be quiet right now, folks, because these guys seem to be very close to me. They might be hearing me. They might just be being a little too for them right now. Peck. I see him pecking on it. Trying to get lid back on my bucket. This needs to be tightened, of course. All right, I think we're good, folks. Just a little bit tighter. I should be using like ultralight line and stuff right now to do these guys. But how are you? Let's see. Bambi says Arnold. Care Bear says Bam. Let's see. Ewa says the bubbles are fish farts. No, actually, they're honestly what they're doing is they're digging in the bottom and they're the sand and algae and muck is knocking up what oxygen and CO2. Let's see. Bambi says so sweetie Care Bear. So it's basically algae farts. Let's see. Kamal, what's going on? How you doing, Kamal? Kamal says like Dan. See, Kamal says 50 like Dan. Let's see, yep, 60 people in and 54 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Kamal says, wow, beautiful. Kamal with the heart emojis. Kamal with the, oh boy. See, Arnie says Kamal. See, Kamal says, hi. Kamal says, how are you? Doing okay, my friend? Down here on the mighty muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, we're about a mile up river from the arch. Come on with the heart emojis. Bambi says, come on. Let's see, Lower Michigan, what's going on? How you doing, Michigan? Let's see, push your heart, my friend. Thanks for coming in, Lower Michigan, and I appreciate that. Let's see, Bambi says, all you two, Lower. Let's fish. Hey, Radio. Did I miss Radio? How you doing, Radio? Radio says, hello, greetings from Cincinnati, upstream from you. Don't flush the toilet. Let's see, Gator with the gotcha emojis. And Kid says, hi, Gator. Let's see, Bambi says, hi. Arnold says, Kid. Let's see, Gator says, K and Obel. Let's see, Kid says, hi, Arnold. Let's see, Michigan with the floating the jewel. Thank you, the floating heart. I appreciate that, Lower Michigan. Let's see, Ewa says, I know it must, yep, likely methane, yep. Let's see, Lower Michigan sent a heart. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, we've got a heart emoji. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Bambi says, wow, Lower Michigan. Ewas, woo, y'all. Awesome. Let's see, Lower says, Bambi. Let's see, Michigan says, I appreciate see you today. Yep, you're right. I was in on your live feed for a little bit. It was definitely kind of fun. And there's our little, target there. Let's see, 12 people in, 56 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Bambi says, seriously cool. Oh, that's a bite on the far right. Come on. Got him, folks. Got him. Got that one. That's pretty good. That's diving. That's on our big rod. And man, that is fighting. Ooh, but I'll get that's a nice one. That's a good one, folks. What do we got? He's bouncing around something out there. I'm trying to get him up out of the stuff. Feels like a flatty. Oh, she's staying deep like that? Man, these guys can pull, folks. And we've got not common carp. Hard to tell the difference between a common or a flathead sometimes, because they like to stay deep. We got a big old carp, folks. Yeah, nice carp too. Yeah, that's 6-7 pounds easy. Oh yeah, that's bigger than I think it is. Keep an eye on my other rods so they don't get pulled in. And we got a big stick sticking up right here. I don't know where this thing came from. Right where I want to try to get the fish in, someone stuck a stick in the ground. And then let it go over the top of it. All right, buddy. Oh yeah, that's a 7 or 8er. That's a nice fish. Come on, big girl. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, girl. Let me just touch you. Let me just touch you. Oh yeah, that's a long fish. That's bigger than I think it is. I think we got her, folks. Ah, yeah, we got her. We got her, folks. We got her. Ah, yeah, that's a nice long one. Gorgeous fish, my friends. Yeah, I'll go about 7 or 8 on that one. Ah, ah. That's our first fish of the day, folks. Solid 7 or 8 pound common. Got little blood on the tip of her lip. She got some lipstick on her. Gotta love it, my friends. I love it. Stop it there, you little thinker. Okay, let's get her in here close up for you guys. Yeah, that's a long one, folks. Beautiful fish. Get that blood off her lip there. Yeah, she got a little lipstick on her. Nothing to worry about. Beautiful, my friends. All right, girl. Wonderful. Whoo, that's fun, folks. That is fun. All right, girl. Now, where do I let you go? Pretty much where I got you in, because there's nowhere else I can get you in. A little quick drop off here, and you're good. See you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, I was like that much of a fall. That fish, there was a fish over there jumped a minute ago. He jumped 3 times that far out of the air. Oh, man, that's fun, folks. And there goes my good shirt. Coming. Oh, well. Let me see if I can wash this off a little bit before that dries. My landlord's wife, she ought to know better than to buy me some clean clothes. Get that in there before it really stains. Yeah, that's just mud, but yeah. Yeah, she'll dry out here in the sun in a little bit. So it's better off to get that stuff off now than have it on there the rest of the day. And I can't bring a clean shirt every time I catch a fish, man. I go through my whole wardrobe. Yeah, that'll clean it. That'll dry in a little bit. It's better than it was. Heard a rod bounce. Oh, yeah, that close rod. Close rod to me. That was another bite. Pecking on it. And if he's thinking about it, very light pecks. No, he dropped it. Got most of that corn off, though. I'm going to flip it right back out here because I need to get to you guys. I need to get this one rod back out, and I need to get back in the chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Double tap that screen for me. Just double tap. Just takes a second. Double tap. Double tapping is free. Let's get this big rod back out. Yeah, I tried to clean her off as much as I could. That way it doesn't look too bad until I get back home to wash her. Because I'm not going to let this shirt get all mucky so quick. So that was just one night crawler and 2 little red worms on there. That wasn't a big night crawler. It was one of my mediums. One of my slime worms. Just big enough to get on the hook. You just bring them because they're some massive scent on them. Yeah, there's one of them. I got about 20 of these little guys. I counted them with the red worms. They're not that big, but these worms actually don't get that big. They only get to be about maybe half-inch long. Hit that. And there's another night crawler. Take that. Nick that in two. Take that. Nick that also. And we're going to take that and put the rest on there. And you guys know my little trick of doing that. That way that worm is putting out 8 or 10 times as much scent as normal. Unfortunately, it does burn itself out quickly, but at the same time, you're liable to get bites way better. Okay, come on, Michael. Ooh, yep, don't. Watch your footing. And that one spot is just sucks right there. That's about exactly where I was before. It's gonna let out a little bit of line, let that hit the bottom. And then tighten her up and put her down. Yeah, that one had its mind to eat it. It was just going ping, 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 ping. It's like, that tastes too good. I ain't letting it go. Yeah, they got little crushers in the back of the mouths. A lot of times they'll chew on a bait for a minute to see if there's a hook in it. They chew on it like bubble gum. All right, where's my tablet? Right behind me. All right, let's get back into chat. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Oh boy, I missed a lot in chat. I didn't set it again. Dang it. Ah. It says, hi, Arnold. I got to clean the screen off a little bit. It's like mucky, yucky. See, 16 people in. Let's see, and 61 thumbs up. Incredible, folks. The heart emoji, and boy, I'm. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see, emotion says, I thank you. You're very welcome. AJ, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? AJ says, woo, fish. See, Mo says, AJ Adventures. Is that you? It's Jimmy Boy. Bless your heart. Nice to see you in chat. Let's see, Bambi says, woo, let's go. Let's see, AJ says, got a dang puller. Let's see, Bambi says, woo, peeling that drag. Yeah, it's hard to peel that 25-pound test on that big mad cat. And lower with the 100 emojis, sending the hundreds. Thank you for that, my friend. Let's see, Bambi says, nice lower. Thank you for the jewels. Let's see, Tom says, hi, everyone. Looks like I'm timed it perfectly. How you doing today, Tom? Let's see, Laura says, get that big one. Laura says, nice one. AJ says, heck yeah, nice one, Mike. And with more awesome jewels, that's 100 and a star. Thank you, Lower Michigan. And Ed has become a member. Ed sent 5 membership gifts. Awesome, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, we've got Gator. He became a member. AJ. We've also got, let's see, Frosty and Skullface and Gigability. All got memberships. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's get some WWs in the chat for Ed here. Let's see, Tom says 15 pounds maybe. Yeah, I'll go about maybe 8 or 10 on that one. She's a little on the thin side, thin and long. That was a male, and they've just finished their bedding and nesting season, so I know how they can lose weight. Let's see, Laura says, beautiful fish. I don't think that was the 10, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it was. CJ says, you're welcome. Hello with another 100 emoji and some more 100 jewels. Let's see. Thank you, Lower. Let's see. Babby says, yes, sir. Gotta love it. It says, Jimmy, hello. AJ says, yep, sent a snake. Yep, send some sparkles. I appreciate that AJ. Yeah, it says Tom. Let's see, Bambi says WW. And thank you guys. Appreciate you guys coming in. Hope you enjoy the show. And AJ with some more sparkles. Appreciate that, AJ. Appreciate that, Ed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. AJ sent another heart. That's just awesome, my friends. Let's see Bambi with the thumbs up. Let's see and Lucy with the hearts. And Lisa, hi Lisa. Lisa put the, how you doing, Lisa? Lisa with the sunshine emoji. Appreciate that, Lisa. But the jewels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It says Mark, hello. Carly. Carly says hi, Edward. Edward says Carly. And Mark, what's going on? How you doing, Mark? Mark says, you're to see Mike enjoy this day. Awesome, my friend. That's the man that helped me get my ID. He's my new landlord. Let's see, Carly says, how you doing today? Let's see, Mammy says, Lisa, nice to see you. Hi, Lucy. It says, I'm doing good. Thank you, Carly. Let's see, Bambi says, yo, always, everyone. Let's see, Bambi says, ooh, sorry, hey, with the WW is nice. Let's see, it says, radio hello. Let's see, and Bambi's laughing her butt off. Let's see, 7 incredible people still in. Let's see, and 62 thumbs up. All right, folks. I think we are caught up in chat for the time being. That's just awesome, my friends. Boy, someone was hitting on this one while I was trying to land that one. So let me see what he was doing. He was just really lightly pecking on it, but we're gonna find out what he did. It looks like he got the majority of that bait off. He left a little chunk of nightcrawl and a little bit of redworm. They're sneaky, folks. Don't you think these guys aren't smart? They can pop that worm just once or twice and got the majority of it off. If you see a bite, you're more apt to cast her and reel her in down here because chances are part of your bait's gone. Part, if not all of it. All right, folks, that looks pretty good. If I could just find a flat spot to put my bait, that would be fine. God, dadgummit, that was that was close, folks. Hit my tablet. Jeez, that could have been bad. Wow. I'm so glad that didn't happen. I don't know how I hit my tablet, but I did on my backswing. Ooh, that was close. How can you hook a tablet? I thought they're like smooth and I don't know. I did throw off the majority of my worm though, so I got to put more worms on. I don't know. Better lose the worms than my tablet. Because I don't think that's covered in my insurance on my tablet. I hooked it with my rod and it flew into the Mississippi River. I don't think that's covered in my insurance. I don't know. How did I do that? When I went back here, it must have just... Interesting. That was a 1 in a million shot. MBP not only has good luck that almost never happens, but bad luck that almost never happens too. Just depends upon which luck I get from one day to the next. Snag. Come off, though. Well, I like the jig head. It's so easy to get on and off these rocks. With something nibbled on that corn, but didn't seem to want to hit it. So let's get rid of that stuff. Told you, they just don't like hitting corn when it's on the hook. They can, I know how they can tell, but they can tell. At least it's partly cloudy out here today, right, folks? Not 100% sun. And tomorrow we will be going out with Jason the Mason. I'm not sure where we're going to go. It depends upon the amount of people that are in these spots down here. If there's a ton of people fishing the spot tomorrow, we'll try to find somewhere else. We might go down to Columbia Bottoms. Like I said, it all depends upon the amount of people. Tell you what, I just realized something, folks. This jig head would be much better suited to cast down there by that wall than this medium-sized rod. This rod should be out right here in the middle, where the current is more. Like right about out there. I don't like the idea of putting my rod down here like this. For this one, but I don't have much of a choice. I got as big a rock face as I can build here. See what I mean? Just I touch a rock and it falls over because this isn't flat ground. It's hard to build a rock face on a slippery, slidey slope. Try to say that fast, folks. Try to build a rock face on a slippery, slidey slope. Try to build a block face. You know what I mean? There's a tongue twister for you if you ever heard one. I think this one would be more suited to cast down there. Interesting. That one rod is slack over there. Oh boy, that's it. Stick just appear out of nowhere and get in the way. About broke my neck on that dang thing. If all these rocks are embedded in the concrete, majority of them, so finding a rock to set up can be a little more difficult than you think. And watch me kick this entire rock face down the first bite I get. Then 20 minutes building a little stinker. And we got one nice one so far, folks. I don't think that's going to do any good over there. I'll put her up. That might help. It's hard. I know it's hard to see this rod, folks. I tried to set you guys up there about as high as I could get you, and still get a good camera angle. Yeah, my shirt's still drying off, unfortunately. It's not too bad. I can wash that when I get home. Tell you what, folks, if you use seltzer water to clean your clothing off, yeah, I use like, a case of that stuff. Lemon juice, man, I have to have a whole lemon tree to keep them stains from showing up. All right, looking good, folks. Now, that's just setting there pretty good. All right, let's go check that chat. How's that one doing? Okay. Hopefully I didn't damage my thing trying to flip it in the water there. That was real smart of me. Let's see, 9 people in. It's seeing 54 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. And you see, AJ, send another star emoji. I appreciate that, AJ. Thank you. Let's see, Ed says, all good, Bambi. Hey, we made it to our goal there. We made it to our goal. Let's see, Bambi says, guess you hook everyone, Paps. Let's see, Bambi says hi. And Hog Fishing, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Hog says, what's up, brother? How you doing today, my friend? Let's see, Bambi says, Hannah, hey, Hog. Only so far, but it was a huge one. Yep, we've only gotten one carp today. Nice big old common carp. Almost, yeah, she was getting no near 10 pounds. I'm going to go about 8 on her. Let's see, Tink, what's going on? How you doing today, Tink? Tink says, Mike. Oh, it says, good luck, everyone, Mike, bro. Take care. I have to go to work tomorrow. See you soon, my friends. All right, thanks for coming in. I hope you enjoy the show. Let's see, Bambi says, hi, Kay. Thank you. Let's see, Hog says, I'm good, brother. How are you? Doing okay, my friend. As you can see, we finally got monetization back on. Let's see, Joshua, what's going on? Joshua asks, where is he at? We're on the mighty, mighty Mississippi, down by the Arch in St. Louis. Yeah, we're about a mile upriver from the Arch. Let's see, Tink says, Miss Davis. Let's see, Bambi says, rewind, Joshua. Hello. Oh, there's a pop. Hello, Miss Davis. And thank you for coming in. Let's see, yep, Miss Davis says, what's up, Tink Tink? Let's see how it says, GTG. Good to, good to go. I got you. Let's see, Bambi says, hi, Tink. Hey, no skunk on the feed's always a good thing. Did I miss someone in chat here? No, Pog says, I'm good, brother. How are you? I got you. Let's see. Bambi says, thanks and hi. Nope, come on. Oh, you little stinker. That was a pretty good pop down there. He was popping on it. Dang it. That was on our ticket crawler technique. That was just going pop, 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 pop. Yeah, I took the corn off and put nothing but worm on her, and she did hit her finally. Yeah, the temperature's about 75, 80. We got about 8, 10 mile per hour wind to contend with today, though. That's why we're kind of nestled down to the ground, trying not to get blown around too much. Trying to keep an eye on that tripod, make sure she don't blow over, because where you guys are at, that's not a great spot. Which kind of reminds me, I better go back there and put a rock on that base of that tripod just in case. Yeah, she's starting to gust pretty good out here. was that? Dropped that right to the bank and something happened to it. All right, that looks pretty good, folks. Like I said, I'm gonna go over there and I'll put a rock on this tripod. Yeah, you guys are right off the edge of the rock face here, so I do not want that going in the water. That would not be good. MBP would not be happy about that one. Yeah, chances are it won't, but I'd rather not take the full chance. So we're gonna put a big rock right in the back here. And that should hold her. Now she's still a little unstable. I'm gonna need another rock. Yeah. Yeah, I just do not trust this. This wind's starting to blow enough to knock this over. And this, if it goes over here, it's gone. It's adios, Miguel. Sayonara. You're gonna need a new cell phone because it's down in the water. It actually rhymed. That looks good, folks. How's our battery charge doing? Pretty good. Let me get a drink of soda real quick here, and I'll be right back over. And stupid ants all over my soda. I hate that. At least they didn't bite me in the lips. I hate it when you take a drink of soda and you get bit by 15 friggin' ants in your lips. I gotta check this big rock because that's been sitting out there for a plug minute and not without a bite. And looks like most of that bait is gone. Yeah, most of that bait is like adios. So it did have a couple bites over there. I just didn't see them. Like I took that night crawler and cut it into 3 pieces, and 2 out of 3 of them pieces are gone. There's just one left. There's a big old night crawler. And never think the bites are gone down here, folks. The moment you turn your back and you think it's over with, yeah, you're gonna get your rod pulled in on you. There's this one spot right there. It's just I cannot get a grip on. Yeah, it might seem like I'm still rigging, bottom bouncing right now, folks, but majority of the time my line is only partially tight. I usually don't tighten her up completely because these carp can nibble on her, and I can see the rod wobble even like that. Aha, like that. That line wasn't even tight. I just saw that rod tip wobble. Dang it, got most of that worm off again. I can tell there's some storms around because my back is tightened up like heck. Getting old, folks. You can feel the storms. I never used to believe that my grandpa used to be able to feel when a storm was going getting around. Humidity's up. Yeah, you can feel in the back here all tightened up. Don't believe me, but it's true. Oh, come on. I don't know, where does this go to? All right, that one looks okay. How's this one doing down there? Stuck in the mud, it felt like. Ow. What was that? Bounced off my arm. Yeah, it can be tough to carp fish in the wind, folks. Mind you, the best carp do hit during the wind. It's just seeing the bites can be tricky. And that's just in too close to the bank. And that drifted all the way into the rocks in there. Why does that miss that spot? I went right in the middle. I go either too close to the left or too close to the right. That's about right. Still had to slow her down or she was going to go too far. All right, that's on the bottom. I do appreciate you guys coming in and visiting. I hope you're enjoying the show. All the support everyone's provided over the last year or so, plus the support getting to the level of monetization. Let's see, Joshua, and let's see, Miss Amara says, "What's up, Tink Tink?" Miss Amara says, "Good afternoon, Bambi." Let's see, Hog says, "Good to gee." Let's see, Yogi, what's going on? How you doing, Yogi? Yogi says, "Hi, Mike. How you doing today, my friend?" Let's see, Lucy with the unicorn emojis. Lucy says, "Yep, 1 8-pound carp so far, Yogi." Let's see, 5 people in and 69 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. You know, I have some gems. I might as well put like on my backup account. I'll put a little heart emoji in. Yeah, I'll put a little heart emoji in. Thank you, Bambi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know that was me, Bambi. Yeah, I get those guys free because I watch a lot of YouTube, and I hype a lot of videos. So you actually get those for free. That's kind of a cool little program YouTube has. If you go into a YouTube channel and you have the option to hype like a video or a live feed, do it. The longer you watch that video after the month is over, the more gems YouTube's going to give you for free. So they're basically repaying people for watching the videos. They're adding a little bit of extra money back into your pocket for watching the commercials to the videos to other people's stuff. That's a pretty cool thing they do. That's Bambi says right. Oh, there's a wow. Pull the rod right off the rock. And we're having a little trouble holding our stuff in these spots, folks, because this wind is bouncing us around. I'm getting wind burn out here. That's why I keep feeling my neck. My neck's drying out. Let's see, Bambi says, I didn't, I swear. Oh, boy. No worries, my friend. Yeah, we put up another goal. Those little, yeah, I believe Danny can do that on his side, or I can do it on my side. Betsy Bambi says, only 7 days after live. You got to watch commercials, thank you. I didn't realize that is a meat program. Oh. That's why I don't turn the monetization on my live feeds. Even when I do have monetization on, like I won't make you guys watch a commercial just for coming into the live feed. I do it and I don't mind, going into people's live feeds like that, but I don't want to do it. Now I'll embed them into the videos after, especially my long form videos. But no, the live feed is supposed to be a live feed. The regular stuff that, you put that on your big screen and it just plays itself. But this is supposed to be interactive. You shouldn't have to watch a commercial to come onto the feed. That's just me. I tried it and then I kind of realized, yeah, it's just irritating. It's irritating to me, so I know it's irritating to other folks. That is interesting why I can throw that jig head down there. It's bouncing around there right there by the edge of that wall and not get a bite on nothing. I get bites over here where the current's rushing around and where it's hard to set. But down there where it's a little bit more comfortable for the fish, nothing to do with it. All right, let's get this back out here. Yeah, I'm looking at these clouds. They said no rain today, but I don't know. It looks pretty suspicious. And that's a decent sized jig head. That's about a quarter ounce jig head. That'll hold down here in this current. Yeah, they don't seem to be hitting anything in here by the bank today. I mean, they're in here, but they just don't seem to want to hit. Now, when they swim away from the spot, that's when you get them to hit. This makes no dang sense, I guess. I suppose they might be hearing me. Sure as heck can't smell me. You guys smell me? I can't smell me. I don't think they can smell me. Yeah, that wind is burning the back of my neck. After an hour or two of that stuff, it'll really start to sting. Pop, come on. I saw popping it. Whoa. That was weird. I've had something down there. Man, that wind is gusting around up there. I gotta watch that camera big time. I gotta go check it again here as soon as I get these rods back out, because that's worrying me again. That is really worrying me over there. Let's just see, like, with that dust over there, all you can see is like mini tornadoes. Seriously, I'm looking down, looking up towards you guys. All I see are like dusts of corn tornadoes. Tornadoes! You know, not tornadoes. Get it? Corn. Oh boy. Oh boy, folks. Tornadoes. It's a tornado made of corn. It is a tornado. I mean, that's a tornado. It's not getting funnier over time, is it, folks? That wind is just making her. Yeah, I'm sitting right on top of these rods. 9 out of 10 of these bites, I can't even see. I'm gonna go check this stuff again. I need to take one more look at this stuff, because that wind is blowing hard. I don't want to lose my cell phone because I don't have enough rocks on her. So let's see. To keep this up, I need to keep rocks on the back of that. There's one more rock, another rock, another rock. I am just so worried about this tripod getting blown over. I am. That wind is blowing hard. And we're just going to put one right in the middle. There we go. I don't think that's going anywhere now. Sorry about that, folks. It's kind of got me worried there. That looks fine. That one's holding relatively good. If the wind wasn't blowing so much, I could. Then again, it is humid as heck out here. Without that wind, I'd be sweating my butt off. Only 7 days after, you got to watch. Yep. Let's see, one person still in and seeing 70 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hope you're enjoying the show today. I think those rods are set pretty good. And our picture looks okay. No pixels. Again, I do thank you guys for all the donations, the members, chat, super sticker, all that other stuff. The members and the gems. That's awesome of you guys. Yeah, my shirt dried out at least. Not nearly as bad now. It's got a stain on it, but I can clean that off when I get back home. Yeah, this is just a shirt my landlord's wife got for me. I don't want to get it ruined too quickly. Mind you, you'd rather have clothes worn and ruined than, I don't know about you guys, but than just sitting in a closet and not doing a daggone thing for nobody. My pocket, I can sit down here, get an eye on these rods. Get off, ants! Jeez Louise, dudes. Stupid things. I think we're gonna set up right above here, right above, right here. Looks like a good little spot to set. Way I can get to those rods extra quick. The only one ant bite on my lip. I don't mind watching commercials. It's just I don't like the idea of forcing anyone to watch a commercial. In fact, some of the commercials are kind of cool. Tablet fell down. There we go. 7 people in, 72 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. We've caught one nice common carp so far. And the ants just got all over me just from picking up my dang soda. Get off my glasses here. Stinker. A little hard to see these bites in this wind. That's the only thing we're having kind of trouble right now is we can't see these bites so good. We're getting bites every time I come in. The bait's gone. See, Chaos, go. What's going on, my friend? How you doing today? Chaos says thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sure we're gonna get some more bites down here. It's just seeing these little stinkers is gonna be a trick. See, Chaos says, doing well, Mike. Pop-up showers around here. Yeah, I'm not sure. We might be getting some showers down here. They said no rain today. I mean, I looked at the weather forecast and they're still saying no rain, but boy, I don't know. Still getting like 15, 20 mile per hour winds though. And that was a pop on that far rod that time. Pop, 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 and that was it. It's like 7 to 8, gusting to 15 to 20. So, and we're doing okay too. We've got one nice common carp on the board today. That's about a stout 8 pounds. Could have been 9. It was one of those males that had just done, nesting. Just depends upon how much weight he's put back on. Let's see. Bambi says hi, Chaos. Chaos says nice one, Mike. Appreciate that, my friend. And as you can see, we've got monetization back on. Finally, we've got our ID figured it. Now I just got to figure out Hyperwallet, how that dang thing works. See, I don't know why YouTube just can't transfer from YouTube to your bank account. No, they got to transfer from YouTube to another account. No, it's actually AdSense that transfers. Okay, here's how it starts. YouTube transfers the money to AdSense. AdSense transfers the money to Hyperwallet. Then Hyperwallet transfers it to you. Yeah, it's all confusing to me too. I'm gonna have to ask Justin about it. I know he's got it set up right. I keep getting to the point where it's asking me to verify, like we're waiting for you to send us info in an email about so that we can prove that it's you, but I never get the email. Everything else is set up. Everything's donating is being you know, it's on there, folks. So no worries about that. I'm just figuring out how to get it transferred to PayPal. I don't understand how it works either, but I understand how to do the majority of it. It's just because I've seen it done. If you ever do get a monetized channel, oh, you are monetized, chaos. So you know what I mean. So I set up the routing number. I set up the account number. Oh, there's a bite on the close rod, a middle rod. I mean, he's popping it pretty good. Ah, got me snagged. Dang it. Oh well. Maybe he'll pull me off. Maybe he'll pull me off. Sorry, California, didn't get him in the lip. He's got me snagged up. I can feel him on there though. Yep, he's on there. Look at that. He's definitely on there. I can feel him pulling. Yeah, we'll see if he gets me off. See, Pacific Northern, how you doing? Hey, Mike, any luck today? Yeah, we got one carp about 8 pounds. That was a stout 8-pounder. Might have been a little bigger. I'm not sure. We're getting bites. It's just seeing them in this wind today. Yep, chaos. Yep, one carp, 8 or 9 pounds. You got it, my friend. Let me. Oh boy, that's a long distance to. Oh boy. Tell you what, I can probably do that on the back of a cell phone. Yeah, I can do that on the backup cell phone. All right, so I need to go on to this, go into this, and I need to pin message. And I will also add. I know Danny hasn't put any moderators in, so and there we go, folks. Let me get back to my. Oh, that's not right. That's right. I get back to my backup account. Yeah, it's bad when you're looking at your own YouTube channel and you're not getting pushed by your own on your own backup account. That's bad, folks. I've been noticing that. Pacific says, thanks, Chaos. Chaos says, Chris. And see, Bambi says, hi, Chris. California says, LOL. And only Chicken Fans. How you doing? Chicken Fans says, hi. Chaos with the heart emojis. Chaos says, appreciate it, Mike. You're very welcome. See, Chaos says, I think views are down. We're a ton of channels. Yep, it just doesn't seem like 20 people in. I'm usually getting between 12 and 20 people. Now, I still get 12 to 20 people in, but there's no movement of like it'll go 20, 18, 16, 19, 10, 6, 4, and then it'll just stabilize. So there's no push going on. Let's see. Pacific says, "What you sorry for, Bambi?" Let's see. Bambi says, "Oh, let's see." Bambi says, "Laughing her butt off." I don't know. I see 10 incredible people in and 75 the thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Don't forget to share us out. Like and subscribe if you haven't. You probably have, but I just, I like to mention it every once in a while. Plus, sub levels have been down too. I mean, Chicken Fan says no push at all I've seen in my lives now. Yep, it just seems like I might have a push for about the first minute or two that people start coming in, or if there are jewels and stuff donated. I just noticed that when I caught that fish, we had uh, everyone sent some jewels in, and oh, there goes my rock face. Just fall down on me. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah. Get off me. Gold rock face just fell over on me. Sheesh. That's been sitting down there for a plug minute. Didn't get much of a bite on her. We're going to put some fresh worms on her. I should have fished my sandy bar. But this was just so good our last trip. But then again, I think people noticed me on live stream because I have a number of viewers from the St. Louis area, and they know my spots. So whenever they see fish caught, they come down and fish, which is it's fine, and it's public land. I mean, it's no problem with that. At least they came in and watched the stream to know it. Because there was a big knife sticking up behind you guys. Someone left it. It's mine now. I need a good knife. Mine's dull as heck. Can't even cut paper with it. All right, now where do I want to cast this? Seriously, I don't see any big blues or anything coming to the surface right now. Earlier, I was seeing a few carp coming up, but even they've kind of gone away. I saw a couple channel cat, but hard pressed to be able to get them guys. Rock just will not sit there, will it? All right, that looks like as good as it's going to get. It's sitting there pretty much stable. I could put a bigger weight on that and try out there, but all I'm going to do is get snagged. That little weight even gets snagged a lot. This is still not come off. Yeah, I don't think we're getting this one off, I'm afraid. Keep your fingers crossed. All we break off is the hook. No, I don't think so. She snapped. Snapped out there deep, too. Right by the friggin' weight. So it broke the weight off. Crap. I could just put an egg weight on the bottom with this, with a straight hook. That would be easier to re-rig. This is what gets time consuming, folks. We're just going to put an egg weight on this with a... No, that's too small of an egg weight. Maybe a bullet weight. If I'm getting snagged a lot, I might be better with a bullet weight. Yeah, that's a good little bullet weight. Now I just need a hook. Where are my hooks? Where are my hooks? They're in some bag here. Where are you? There you are. We'll be back over in chat here momentarily, folks. I'm just getting a hook out. I want one hook, I get 6. Oh. All right, let's get this rig back up here real quick. All right, simple bullet weight straight to the bottom, folks. No Carolina rig at all, just a simple bullet weight. When this hits the bottom, because of the way the bullet weight sticks, this will point up. So hopefully it'll get the attention of something. I don't know, but hopefully it will. All right, let's tie it on. Do I have any? I should have a couple big night crawlers left in here. I don't think I used them all up yet. Ouch. Oh, my funny bone. Yeah, that wind is just making it hard for me to see these bites at all. That rod is just bouncing so hard. Even my big rod. And at least our worms aren't dying out here in the sun today. Yet. Yeah, it wasn't blowing like this earlier when I got out here. It seems like it's changed direction on us. It was blowing that way, so a lot of it was getting stopped by the barge that's sitting over here to the left. But now it's blowing right in here. Dumb luck, huh, folks? All right, that's gonna be straight to the bottom. Now, where do I want to cast her? I don't know. Let's start off right by the bank with her. Where we get a lot of our fish in this one particular spot is right by the bank. Probably bomb her down there by that wall, but this one's been sitting down there for a while and ain't got a bite. Odd. I wonder how much this was fished in the last yesterday, because I wasn't down here. All right, I think we're set up again, folks. That's the only half flat spot is right here where I can sit down. Half flat. It's not even completely flat. Let's see. Bambi's laughing her butt off. Chaos says, yeah, I guess it was. What it can't let it feather to me. Who want to watch me fish? Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, really. I mean, my friends and family have popped in and said hello. That's pretty cool. See, Pacific lapping his butt off. Let's see, Bambi says, yes, sir. Goat, I will put my bell on. Yes, with the heart emojis. See, Bambi says, I didn't know I wasn't sub you, Goat. Let's see, Pacific says, okay, stop then to drop a like. See you, folks. All right, Pacific. Have a great rest of your day, my friend. Let's see, Chaos says, it's not a problem, Bambi. I appreciate it either way. So many great channels out there. Let's see, Chaos says, could have gotten taken away. 2 if you were. Let's see. Gas says later. Later, PNW. See, it says take care, Bambi. I'll see you later. Let's see. Northern says later, Chaos. See, Eli, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Let's see. Eli asks, where am I from? I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. We're fishing down on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River down by the Arch in St. Louis. You know, we're about a mile upriver from the Arch. Eli says, yep, the mighty, muddy Mississippi. You got it, Bambi. Yep, in Missouri. You got it, Chaos. See, Chaos says, Abby. Let's see. Abby says, love you, goat. Abby says, I didn't mind. Abby says, you're welcome. Let's see. Bambi says, no, thank you. Man, great attitude. I mean, I try to stay positive. No skunk. I'm always happy when I don't get skunked. And guess what? I almost never get skunked, so I'm always happy. Woo. That's a bite on that middle rod again. I see that popping. Oh. Yeah, these rocks are bad, folks. I'm going to wind up hurting myself on these guys eventually. I almost fell flat on my face that time. That wasn't. Yeah, because apparently there's some chunks of mud here that have come unlodged. And I'm sliding down a dang bank. I cast that in closer and something started popping on it at least. Yeah, that was a close one, folks. That might have been bad. And look at this. Where did this stick come from? This was not here. Really? I don't know. Just rolled down. That's why I stepped on that stupid tree. Man, that was close, folks. Could have been I could have been going owie. Yeah, that was a close one, folks. I could have been going owie on that one. Let's see, 7 people in, 80 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. Hope you're enjoying the show today. Hope you're having an awesome, awesome Friday. We had to move my soda because the ants were infesting my soda. They need an ant-proof soda can. They haven't invented it yet. Yes. Yep. Let's see, 6 and 80 of folks. Awesome. Hey, we're inching our way to the 100. We're inching our way there. These rods are a little easier to see up here on this angle because I can determine whether or not they're bouncing up and down or left to right. Because the wind's bouncing the rods kind of wobbly, but down there I can't really see the angles. In this wind, I can't do it. Up here I can. Hopefully don't lose a rod doing this. Because I am about 6 feet from them, and this bank is... It went down too, folks. It went down about, well, probably almost a foot from our last trip, so a lot of these fish might have pushed out a little bit. I don't know. It's good to be down here with you guys, enjoying the river. Yeah, I've been working with my landlord, Mark. We've been like at, at, at dusting. Like there's a rehabbing, getting a lot of dust and getting it in my throat. That's why I'm a little coarse today. I don't think we'll do more than about 3 hours today, unless the fish start hitting really good. Let's see. Abby says, I don't mind. Let's see. Abby says, thank you so much. Bambi says, aw, sweet. Abby says, you're welcome. Bambi says, great. I got you. 4 people in and 81 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. What is it doing that for? Weird. We're getting some ice cold wind from up here. Down there, it feels hot. That's odd. Wonder where that cold stuff is coming from. There might be doing 20%. Yeah, I still got that stuff in my throat from. It's dusty, folks. When you're rehabbing a house, there's a lot of dust in the air. Yeah, I've been doing that on the side, so helping out with things. See, Abby says, let's go. Let's see. Bambi says, yeah, woo. Appreciate you guys staying in. I really do. 5 people in it and 82 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, I heard a friend tried to explain it to me that a lot of people are on. They're on. Well, they're not. They're in school right now. They're on spring break or something. It's something to do with spring break. The reason why all the kids are in school, so they can't. The teenagers between 15 and 21, high school, college. I don't. They someone had tried to explain it to me. It didn't make any sense because I kind of think when I was in school, that's when I didn't have the time to go out fishing. That was the time that I wanted to watch the streams. What time is it? 2:30. Yeah, I timed it pretty good today, so I know what. Even if my clock goes, I know what time I came in. I'm watching these rods. Looks like that close one might be getting a little nibble. Come check that. Come on, Michael. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. Nope. That's a perfect little gob of worms. No problem with it. Yeah, I'm gonna be hoarse for a little bit till I get that stuff out of my throat. That looks perfect. I mean, the old little gob of worms. When that hits the bottom, see that points up. So you get a interesting little action there. Because these hooks, the very base of those are off shank up. So that means that when that hits the bottom, it bounces upward, points upward. All right, the heck. What did I hook onto? Wasn't nice. Check my hook, make sure I didn't dull it. Nope, didn't. Now we're so steep a bank that I gotta watch my back cast because I can hit the bank behind me. That's way down there. Let's just bomb her down there to the left. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll just go in front of a fishy and he'll be hungry and he wants to eat. All he's gonna do is be shown off to YouTube and he can go back home. I don't know why the fishies don't like being on YouTube. I don't get that one. Rocks. If there was an easier way to walk this bank, I would, but there's not. You're just going down to my sandy bar, I guess, today. I don't know. It's probably people fishing down there on a Friday. Only a few people know of this particular spot. There's nowhere parking spots to go. Man, that stuff won't come out of my throat. Plus, I'm getting corn powder in my throat down here fishing this greenery. All right, they're all three set up again. Now, did I reel this one in? I think I did. Yeah, I bombed it all the way down there deep. I remember. Trying to tighten up that line. There's a current ripping down that direction, and yet the line goes slack. If that makes any dang sense. The current rips that way, and yet the line goes slack on you. Alright, that looks pretty good. That's holding pretty good as well. Alright, let's come back and check that chat. Oh, where's my tab? There it is. Yep, Chaos says, yep, summer vacation. Let's see, Bambi says, all right. Let's see, 10 people in and 84 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. And I really, really do appreciate you staying in and viewing. Here, fishy, fishy, fishies. Fishies. Come on, you old stinkers. Fresh worm on all 3 rods. 3 worm. That's a bite on that one. I know that was. That was bouncing to the left. There goes my corn. Eventually, I'm going to knock something over. So I'm nipping on it again. I mean, I have very small weights on, folks. I got a 1/4 ounce bullet weight on this one. I got a 1/4 ounce egg weight on that one, and this one's just got a 1/4 ounce jig head. Very light weights. These fish shouldn't be able to feel these things in this stuff down here. Apparently, they still are. Yeah, honestly, it would have been tough fishing fairgrounds today too. Just with the amount of wind. Even fishing it with the wind in my back down there. That wasn't a bite, folks. It's just the wind blowing it. It's getting blown all over the place right now. I was watching it when it got blown over, and it wasn't a bite. Trust me. Yeah. All right, my butt's back down. See, Johnny Lamb, what's going on? How you doing today, Johnny Lamb? Johnny Lamb says MVP. How you doing today, buddy? Drink a soda here. Hot Mountain Dew. Interesting. These guys are being a little finicky today. Let's see, Bambi says, don't be mean. Yep, double tap the screen. Heart emoji, then on right then. Appreciate that, Bambi. Thank you, my friend. Cindy, what's going on? How you doing today, Cindy? Cindy says, hey, y'all. See, Bambi says, hey, Catfish Queen. Little windy out here today, Cindy. I can't really tell a lot of bites. I've gotten one pretty good common, but yeah, it's tough right now. And as you can see, I've got monetization back on. Now, if I can just figure out that hyper wallet thingamajigger, I can finally get everything set. I'm gonna have to ask Justin Thunderstruck about that. Figure that crazy thing out. I tried to get that to transfer directly to my my PayPal, but it won't do it. It wants to go to Hyper Wallet, then to go to PayPal. But I do have everything set up right. I've got the jewels in. I've got super chats back, super stickers back. I've got super thanks, and I got the memberships back up. Now I just have 2 levels. I've got a kitten and I've got a tiger. Tiger's the cheapest at 99 cents. And that money is going on to what I already had. And I'm already over the $100 mark on on my last month there before they demanded I scan in my ID, and I didn't have my ID, but now I have my ID, and now I have to figure out everything else after the ID. Oh boy. You need to be a tech expert just to be able to. Well, you don't have to be a tech expert to do YouTube streaming. You just have to be able to make any kind of living on it. Any kind of living. Like, you want a penny from YouTube? Yeah, you better be a tech expert. Yeah, wind's blowing pretty good out here, Cindy. 5 people in and 84 thumbs up. Incredible, my friends. And thank you guys for all those reactions. Helps out the channel so much. Yeah, we got about 20 minutes before she breaks the 3-hour mark. So I think I'll call her at 3 hours today. Not a whole lot going on, but it is great to come down here, chat with you guys, spend a peaceful day down on the river. I know fairgrounds, you get some incredible bass fishing and bluegill fishing, crappie fishing, but it is so loud. I mean, I've got a granary going over here to the left of me, and after a couple of minutes, I don't even notice. It just gets kind of into the background noise. Now, down at fairgrounds, every 30 seconds, you got a siren going by, cars honking, driving through the park. Oh, yeah. You don't believe me? Check out the live streams. You'll just see a car drive by uh, the hiking and biking lane going 35 miles per hour. That's kind of crazy. It really is. Now we've gotten to the point where we don't mind, if you use the path. You're gonna go fishing. You're gonna take the path down, and you're gonna set up your rods and fish and everything. But people use that park. They drive through it. Yeah, they use it as a means of getting through from what is it? Florissant to Fair Drive. So they just drive right through the dang thing. See, Outdoor Coop, what's going on? How you doing, Coop? Coop says hi. Let's see Lucy with the unicorn emojis. Appreciate you guys coming in, my friends. 5 people in and 85 thumbs up. I'm just hoping I break 1K views today. Because that's the worst feed. I know you guys, it's not your fault, but that's the least amount of views I've had since my second or third live feed. It's not you guys' fault. It's like no one's on YouTube right now. I don't know. I do not know. Let's see Bambi with the unicorn emojis. And says hi outdoors. And the prayer emoji. Appreciate that, Bambi. Thank you, my friend. I can't complain about you guys coming in. You guys have been freaking awesome. Yeah, by the way, we are going out tomorrow with Jason the Mason. Kind of the way this spot is looking, we're either going to be either fishing our old sandy bar or we're going to be going up to Columbia Bottoms. That'll be the Missouri River. Now, you think the blue cats are big down here, the 15, 20 pounders? They average down there at Columbia Bottoms in the 40 to 50 pound range. Just, man, they are tough. Because those fish, they want something to eat. These guys are fed with corn and grain and soybean all over the side of this thing. That's how they grew up. The ones down there, they're meat eaters. Boy, that is a cool angle. I do like that one. For my angles, I think this is probably my best angle of this spot. That just, it epitomizes exactly what is going on down here. You got the little rocky bank there. It's kind of steep. You got that the barge trussels in the background. The Illinois side, the trees. You got the bridge in the background. Heck, you can even see those high-duty power wires across into Illinois. You just kind of feel the water splashing on your face. That's how realistic it looks. That's a good angle. I love that one. This is my best one yet. From this particular spot, I think. Now, as it gets lower, it's going to get even harder. Because unlike the other spots where you get a better signal quality, the lower you get down here, the more you get behind this barges and stuff. So it's going to get a little, I don't know what you're going to call it. A little, stop pixelating, you piece of thing. Those rods are soaking in perfect locations. That one's down there a little to the right. That one's bombed down there. The middle one's bombed way down to that up wall. And this close rod's cast in right by the bank. They're looking good. I don't know why. I suppose it is possible that someone fished this spot heavily or spooked them bad, but it usually doesn't happen. Even when people fish a spot, they usually don't spook them too bad. Yeah, I got this shirt I got one little stain there. I can get that out when I get home. I got most of it out and washing it off, so. Yeah, that common got me. He slimed me. Make many slime me. That's been down there for a while and I was thinking bite. And that's setting out there right by that barge trussel, to be honest. The way that current's ripping, it just pulled it in right by that barge trussel. Let's go in a little closer. I've been casting her out there deeper and deeper and deeper. Let's just go in right by the bank. That common we got was out there relatively deep, so that's why I kept casting out there. There's a fight, folks. Got him, folks. Fish on. That's big, whatever it is. Got him, folks. Well, I'm glad I was sitting by that rod. Well, that's out there around those barge trussels. What do we got? And we've got a common, I think. He's running at me. He's running at me, folks. Yep, common carp. Yeah, that's bad, that thing. And nice common carp, too. Awesome fish, folks. Got a little notch on his head. That one just doubled it, tried to pull it in. Did you see that? I just looked over, I saw the rod go ding, ding, ding. Meow. Meow. Hey, I feel better now. Assuming I can get this little stinker in here. Yeah, that was straight on the bottom with a bullet weight. So I think they're with the wind, they're holding closer to the bottom. Took me all day. I think that's what they're doing. Yeah, this is our medium action, so medium to heavy. That's our heavy duty, and that's our kind of our lighter, medium to light. Yeah, I go about 6-7 pounds, a little smaller than our previous one. Yeah, I need to get this other rod out of the way. Just after I cast this other rod, too. Because I need to go down here on this point to get this fish in. Yeah, I needed to go right where my rod was to get the fish in. Whoa. Don't go by that stick, Michael. Yeah, this one's got some bumps on him. Got a mark on the back, on the top of his head. Another thin guy, probably a male, finished up bedding and stuff. Just a little smaller than our last one. I'll probably go about 7.5 on this one. Long guy too. Yeah, there's no way I could stand here. I don't want to pull too hard on this line. Come here, big guy. Come here. Come here. Come here. I got you. I got you, buddy. We got him, folks. Hook is out. Hook is out. Yeah, he's got some marks on the side, on one of his, on the side of him. Looks like he might have got hit by one of them barges. Poor guy. Yeah, that's about 6.5, 7. A little on the thin side on this one. Like I said, probably a male. Nice fish, though, folks. Gorgeous. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, that's a river carp there, folks. He got a notch on him. He probably got hit by a barge. Still a beautiful fish. Oh, yeah. Don't do it, buddy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, he's got a little leech on his eyeball. Get off there, you little stinker. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's get her in here closer for you guys. Gorgeous fish, folks. Yeah, that'll go about 6-7 pounds. Still a nice fish. A little on the thin side. He's probably just done bedding and nesting. He's kind of one of those those males that got the. Yeah, definitely a river carp, a true river carp. Wonderful, folks. Beautiful. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. Let's get you back in the water. Let's get you back in the water, my friend. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. That was fun. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, that was just the bullet weight straight to the bottom, folks. Because when this hits the bottom, see that how that hook? Well, you can't see it. That hook points upward. Wow, that was fun. All right. Whew. Let me get this rod back out. Ain't got a lot of time left. Hey, we got 2 of them today, folks. Yeah, that was a true river carp, folks. A lot of carp down here get beat up by the barges. That one wasn't too bad. All that stuff will heal by probably within a month, so he'll be fine. And there wasn't any infections on that fish. It's just some sore spots. So heck, he might have gotten that from nesting, because they can get beat up nesting, folks. They can breeding down here, dropping their eggs on the rocks. They get banged up on the rocks pretty good doing that. It happens. It's quite common for a fish to get beat up while he's making sure his species survives. And that was a heck of a way down there too. That was at the distance of what this big rod will cast. I was like almost down to the wall. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, share us out. Now, we did much better last week on our shares, folks. We got 10 shares as opposed to 2 or 3. So you guys are doing awesome, my friends. I forgot to mention that. You guys have been really, really kicking in on overdrive with those shares, and I really, really do appreciate it too. Yeah, honestly, that fish might have got my rod if I wasn't sitting right on top of it. I lucked out on that one. Where's my rock face here? There it is. I probably would have just let it go, to be honest, but. All right, those look back okay. Kind of needs to be tightened up a little bit, because I don't know why she'll go slack out in the current. Current's going that way, and yet my line goes slack. All right. Whoa. Yeah, my legs are starting to buckle down here. All right, let's get back into the chat, folks. See, 5 people in and 57 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. Let's see, Louisiana, what's going on? A Chaser says hi. Let's see. Chasers ask, what does he have? That was a common carp, my friend. Let's see. Bambi with the woo. Bambi with the fishy emojis. I appreciate that, my friend. And Fat Cat, what's going on? How you doing, Fat Cat? Fat Cat says hello. 88 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. I'm so glad you guys, 6 of you people, folks have stayed in. Those are cool fishy emojis on there, Bambi. Yeah, I haven't gotten up our emojis yet for our members only stuff. I'm still working on that. My last emojis got erased, so I have to make some more. And we got, I think I started her, man, just 3 or 4 minutes after afternoon. So we're getting near the 3 hour mark, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show today. I see 7 people in and 88 thumbs up. Incredible. Does seem like every time I catch a fish, I get a push, a little one. If I get a fish early enough, which I haven't been doing recently, I gotta hunt these stinkers down. It's getting later in the year. That's a big, look at that. Right to the right, folks. That's a massive fish just hit the surface. I saw that come up. That's right where my rod is, too. Now, it's probably hard to see in the wind, but that's just one gigantic boil out there. That fish probably come up looking for the corn and stuff that floats down off the barges, and the wind's blowing it away today. So we probably caught two common carp today, one about 8 pounds and one about 7. One about a stout 8, probably about 8, 8.5, something like that. Last one was about 7 pounds. Yeah, that was a true river carp there, folks. That was a beat up male. That was one that was probably in here nesting, got banged up in the rocks, doing, making sure his carp eggs survived. Yeah, it does. I don't have to catch a ton of fish every day. Just coming down here on the river a lot of times is just it take. I don't know about you guys, but it takes a load off my heart. It does. It relaxes me. It allows me to keep a positive attitude. Uh, all pretty much all the time, except for the first 5 minutes. So I get my first cup of coffee. Give me a break. After my first cup of coffee in the morning, good to go. And there goes our daily biplane. He made a V line. Not going to go through the stream today. Doesn't want to be seen on YouTube. Oh well, you're lost. How you doing today, Fat Cat? Let's see. Boy, that's interesting. Delioch, how you doing, Delioch? Delioch says hi. Let's see, Bambi says beach therapy for me, but love a good bite too. You come onto my stream, you're pretty much, if you watch, you're pretty much guaranteed I'm gonna catch something good. Now at the same time, if if it does happen, which I have been skunking once this year, I'm not gonna keep running the live stream, keep you guys in. There are other channels to view and enjoy, so that's why I was gonna run her about 3 hours today, which I think we've about made. Because the bite's not really great today, Bambi. We did get some though. Let's see. Bambi says, "Hey, hey, Easter Ray." All right, let me go come check our numbers. I think we made it by the 3 hour mark because I started her up around noon. Let me come check. Give or take a minute or two. It will kind of bounce around every once in a while. So 250, 257.43. So yeah, we got 3 minutes. Hey, I was close. Let's see. Bambi says, "Me too." And Bambi says, "You're so sweet." And Fat Cat says, "I enjoy this channel." And that's why I always say, folks, this is our channel. If you want me to do particular types of fishing, you want me to do particular types of uh, live streams, you just let me know. I mean, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. Because without you guys, I wouldn't be here. 258.26. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. 8 people in and 89 thumbs up. That's not bad. Not a bad feed. You guys did awesome today. You really did. Uh, 8:59. We're counting down the minutes, folks. One good thing is I've still got about half my worms left, so I don't have to dig that many again tomorrow. Let's see, Hillbilly, what's going on? How you doing, Hillbilly? Hillbilly says, "Howdy, howdy, y'all. How you doing today, my friend? Just in time. Got 2 nice carp today so far. One a stout 8 pounds and one about 7 pounds. Kind of windy. It's hard to see these bites. Yeah, we've got about maybe 15-mile-per-hour winds down here, so it's a little tricky to see these guys hit. See, 14 people in and 89 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. And thank you, Darian, with the flow state. Awesome, my friend. That gem's just awesome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give a like on that. Yeah, we 14 and 89. We have just punched by the 3 hour mark, folks. Let's see, Darian. How you doing today, Darian? Just want to say hi to you guys before we shut her down. We've been in about 3 hours today. The bite's not great, not terrible, but I'm sure there's more interesting stuff on YouTube. So I'll let you guys move on and check out someone else's chat today. 9 people in, 89 thumbs up. All right, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Yep. What can I say? Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys all for the gems and for the memberships. I really, really do appreciate that. Yeah, you guys can see it's pretty windy today. So Yeah, I'm gonna have windburn for a while, so I hope you guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna have my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water. And Darian says have a good one. Keep those lines tight. I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.